YouTube, what is going on? So we have another video. This one is also by Charles Forte, and it's another hair store. This one in Alabama, where free wigs or free weave, as it is, led to this cataclysmic event. So I'm not gonna have face cam on for this one, but well, I'll experiment with all that stuff. I'm still gonna give a reaction, still give my commentary. But let's jump up into this.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Right now.
So apparently, Houston, Texas isn't alone when it comes to people creating a chaotic scene all over some free bundles. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons, who covered this story taking place in Mobile, Alabama, where a beauty supply store promoted a 200 free bundle giveaway. And, well, different city, different state, but more of that same mentality.
Police had to be called in to keep in line customers in line for a big grand opening giveaway.
As WKRG News 5's Clancy Callahan shows us, the store owners were caught off guard by the huge crowd of customers who showed up.
Like, the folks, they've been tripping out here at 10 o'clock last night.
Hundreds of people lined up to be the first inside a new hair store in Mobile on Dolphin Street when things got a little hairy.
They're fighting, people skipping lines, all that stuff.
They were just pushing this up and they want to get in their hair.
All to get a hold of some free hair products.
Yeah, they giving out free 200 bundles, human hair bundles.
So let me stop it right here, because to see this, and then if you remember, what was it, a week ago, a situation in Houston, different city, different state, same outcome, where it was a hair supply store marketing themselves, saying that they're gonna give away free bundles. And just like that situation in Houston, you got people in Mobile, Alabama, showing a whole ass, acting a damn fool over some bundles. And I just don't know, what is it? What is it about bundles?
I can try to answer that one for you, Charles. It's exactly what this woman has on her head now. See, the thing, and he knows it, I know it, a lot of our black men know it. Our black women, their aesthetic from the womb is not to embrace their natural hair. It is to get weave. It's to get wigs. It's to do everything but accept the hair that's on their heads. Now, I know some people have their own opinions about like their daughters locking their hair at such an early age, but there's a lot of beautiful black women who have locks. There's a lot of beautiful black women who, you know, they rock their natural hair or they rack a fro. Like, they do this, they do that. But for the large majority, because the socially accepted idea is to look like this, or to have on a wig, lashes, super long nails and stuff like that, like, they're going to follow that playbook play by play. And so that's why it's so trendy. It's kind of like if a Gucci store got put up in a low income area or a medium to low income area, and they said, hey, for the first 200 people here, you get a free Gucci bag. Oh my God. Like, man, people will be killing each other for that kind of stuff. But anyways.
Lashes, BBLs, all of these superficial man-made enhancements that has such a hold on black women. It truly is mind-boggling to watch the behavior that's displayed. The fact that all you gotta mention are free bundles, y'all, and these women will go absolutely bonkers over bundles. Bonkers over bundles, over some fake hair.
This is so embarrassing. She said they're giving out free bundles, 200 human hair bundles. So that's what lured all these women down to the brand new hair store. A crowd reported at 10 p.m. the night before. They stayed throughout the wee hours until the store opened up the next morning, camped out for what? All because the store owner advertised free bundles, 200 human hair bundles. And no, this is not Houston, Texas. I told y'all before, it wasn't just a Houston, Texas thing. These Boondocks characters are...
They're all around the world. Don't think that's exclusive to just Houston, Texas. I'm telling you, man. They'll do it down here in Miami, Florida. I'll give you some prime examples. There's a hair store that's on 135th, and I think that's 27th Avenue. If that big hair store in Opa-laka Boulevard goes down, and let's say one of these people buys it, and then they do a grand reveal, because that's a pretty sizable building, and they say, hey, we're giving away free bundles of human hair, this and that, and free wigs. Oh Lord, that street won't function. It probably have cars wrapped around, like the the Pizza Hut that's nearby that area would have to put up signs like, yo, y'all can't park here. Likewise with the gas stations, they'd be like, yo, you can't park here, you can't tent up here, shack up here for that giveaway. But it's everywhere, you know. It's not just Houston, Texas, and like how I said, a lot of our women sadly just embrace that mentality that they need these things to feel like they are the prettiest that they are, or to feel socially acceptable. And I don't know if that's an atmosphere that us black men have created. Maybe that's an atmosphere that they themselves have created by following all these other women that are out there. But yeah, man, like, gone are the days where like a woman, especially a black woman, would just get up and go out in the world like how she is. And there's probably women who still do that, but for, like I said, the large majority of it all, no, it's not. And these people out here, these people's moms, sisters, aunties, cousins, nieces, nephews. There's some dudes out there, some unks, some husbands, maybe boyfriends. Isn't it like, come on now, all of that for some hair? But anyways,
everywhere. This right here is Mobile, Alabama.
In Alabama.
It was a bigger crowd than even the store owner was expecting.
I was surprised a little bit, but you know, it is what it is.
And look at Abdullah Ahmad Khaled. He's like, I didn't know it would be like this. Stop lying, Fahid. You knew exactly what would happen when you told them you're giving out 200 human hair bundles. They're out here making Saif and his whole family rich off this Indian sewer hair.
But we got the officers down here. They helped us out. Everybody calmed down, and everything's all right.
And so basically, they had to make sure there was a police presence noticeable in order to keep people in line over some bundles, some fake hair, or else they would have got out of hand, similar to the Houston situation that ended up getting shut down.
MPD officers were outside the store ensuring everyone's safety.
They were just here to make sure that officer presence was observed. People were able to see the officers. They think twice before they try to do anything silly. And as you can see, we still have officers manning the door, and only 2 people are able to enter in and out at one time.
They had to get the Mobile Police Department down there to man the lines in the door. At some point, they limited the customers down to only 2 people at a time inside the store. Again, though, this is poor planning on a side too, because he knew what type of boondocks moment he was creating, advertising 200 free bundles of Indian sewer hair. He should have had the police on deck from the beginning, before they all showed up camping out overnight in their bonnets. Like, come on, man, you knew exactly what type of crowd you would attract waving around them bundles.
No arrests were made and no injuries related to the line were reported, but officers were handing out parking tickets as they straightened the situation out. In Mobile, Clancy Callahan, WKRG News 5.
Well, shout out to Mobile, Alabama. Listen, the police showed up right on time, because this is how it was about to go down. Look at them. Just before they started dragging each other across the parking lot, damaging other women's cars, or macing little arm babies like they did down in Houston, the police showed up for crowd control, and they got all the bonnets together to avoid having to shut down the store.
Now you got the big backs out here ready to start scrapping. What happened to the sisterhood?
No, there is none. That sisterhood stuff is all an illusion. It is a dog-eat-dog world. And of course, when they get in those environments where they're out here trying to get a giveaway, you know, trying to get the free bundles and stuff like that, they don't care. Man, please. They'll be right there to, you know, steal the hair from one another, to push somebody up out of the way. That's another woman. Like, there is no sisterhood in this crowd here. Come on now.
I mean, if there was ever an opportunity for us to see the sisterhood on full display, women's solidarity in action, I mean, this is it. Y'all can't put this on men. No, y'all outside. Camped out for some bundles.
Don't worry, bro.
Y'all should be kumbayaing it up. Happy for each other that you about to get your free bundle. And instead, you got big backs out here ready to start scrapping.
Yeah, they came before the crowd went completely wild and regulated the whole situation.
And then there's all those other women that are there instigating. You see them like holding their face and looking down. Ooh, yep.
In Houston, the police didn't show up until all the commotion popped off already. Shout out to Calvin for hitting me up and sending this story. Gotta also shout out Chris. I was like, no, not my people in Mobile. I love Mobile, but listen, Mobile gotta get this work too. Y'all out here showing up down to that hair store the night before, standing in line, camping out, all to get your hands on a free few bundles of hair. Up here storming in the store. So happy to have a brand new beauty supply store in the city. We're talking about hair, not necessities. It is nice and clean, but you're running up in there for some dirty hair that belonged to somebody else. This the same people complaining about school supplies or won't show up to support their children and the teachers pouring into their kids, but they show up down to the hair store the night before at 10 p.m. and stand in line for 12 hours.
She right. We cooked. I mean, at least the people with this sort of mentality. Cooked. And this is why I read the room. This is why I don't associate with everybody. I'm gonna read a room. I'm like, this look like somewhere I don't need to be. This don't look like my crowd. I don't go based off the color of your skin. You do that, you're gonna find yourself in situations like this. I'm gonna go off how you carry yourself, your character. Because they're willing to show up, show out for some bundles. But then when it's education, when it's something that's actually going to truly benefit them, they always at the bottom. You don't got to believe me. Let's check this out. And so we got Ben C. Rain High School. This is in Mobile, Alabama. Reason why I picked this school is because I wanted to find out, well, what was the education look like for
in the area, yeah.
Mobile, Alabama, when it comes to the black population over there. And so this is a high school with a 95.6 minority enrollment rate, and 88% of those students are black. So this is a predominantly black school, and the total minority enrollment is 96%, and 90% of those students are economically disadvantaged. It goes on to let you know, student enrollment gets lower and lower and lower as they get closer and closer to when they're supposed to be graduating, which means you got dropouts, people not finishing school for whatever reason. Test scores at Ben C. Rain High School. U.S. News calculates that these values for schools based on student performance on state-required tests and internationally available exams on college-level coursework. Alabama administered the ACT.
I'm not gonna lie. So this is where I want to go ahead and end off the video at. Charles is gonna do what he's gonna do. I would recommend you all check out his actual video because he is gonna drop just another. He's gonna drop a banger of a statement here. As you can see, the school itself is very lacking in terms of reading, science, and mathematics. And unfortunately, that's just what it is. And I don't want to go ahead and make that said talking point, but like how Charles is kind of alluding to, yes, this is very true. These women are out here damn near about to kill each other for hair, but when it comes down to putting their all to ensure that their kids have the best environment to grow up in, or to ensure that their kids are learning at a high level so that these children can have a future, that stuff isn't translating the same compared to waiting in line to go get bundles or to go get seafood broil or whatever designer luxury brand things. That is just unfortunately the sad reality of, I guess, living in the ghetto. And I spoke to my father about that, and he said, look, son, you really want to leave women who are like super ghetto, super ratchet alone. Because he was like, at least back in the day, like, you know, they wanted to make something of themselves. He said it looked like nowadays they seem content with just being on Section 8 and having all this government subsidies handed to them. Like, don't get me wrong, their daughters are getting their degrees, they're doing this, they're doing that, but you'll find out real fast. They go to school, they get that degree or whatnot, and then, you know, they just say, well, I'm still going to keep on doing food stamp and still keep doing this and keep doing that. And they're just going to stay back into that area of using Section 8 and all this and all that. So, but anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe. If you guys have similar statements or you feel different and you want to speak about it, then go ahead. Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Other than that, like, share, subscribe. Check out Charles Forte's channel. And like I said, do watch the video. Give him a like. And yeah, we're out this thing. Peace.